Has this ever happened to you? You got disappointed in someone and you can't figure out why it hurts so much? And you know what's the hardest part? You're not just disappointed in them. You're disappointed in the picture you built of them in your head. Because a lot of the time, we're not living with the real person. We're living with our idea of them. We fill in the blanks for them. How they think, what they feel, why they said what they said. And at some point, we start believing they should just get us, without us saying a word. Picture this. You're living with your girlfriend. The first month, everything's perfect, easy, calm, beautiful. And one day she says, "Babe, I want a cake." You think, cool. I'll grab one on the way home and make her happy. You run your errands. Pick one out. Take your time. Buy it. You walk in the door feeling great. And it turns out it's not the cake she wanted. And here comes the silent treatment, the argument, the frustration, even though the problem isn't really about the cake. In her head, she saw a specific cake. To you, it was just a cake. And right there, the fight was already locked in before you even left the house. Yeah, it's a tiny example. But that's exactly why it hits. Most conflicts don't come from anything huge. They come from people expecting to be understood without ever explaining themselves. And here's the interesting part. Most people don't even notice when they start putting someone on a pedestal. If someone was kind to us a couple of times, we assume they'll always be like that. If someone supported us through something hard, we already start thinking of them as ours. If someone paid attention to us, we read way more into it than was ever there. And little by little, an image forms inside us. A really comforting one. A really beautiful one. But sometimes, a really far from reality one. Then time passes, and the actual person starts looking different from the version we made up. And that's the moment a lot of people say, "You changed." But sometimes the person didn't change at all. You just started seeing who they actually are, instead of the version you'd been carrying around in your head. And that might be one of the most painful parts of growing up, realizing that people don't owe it to us to match the expectations we've built inside ourselves. Because everyone has their own personality, their own habits, their own ideas about love, care, attention, and what feels obvious to you might not even exist in someone else's world. And that's where growing up actually starts, not when you stop feeling things, but when you stop demanding that people be someone they've never been, when you start learning how to talk, how to explain, how to put your feelings into actual words, instead of waiting for someone to magically read your mind. Because people can't read minds, not even the ones who love you. And the sooner you accept that, the fewer reasons you'll have to feel let down.